Brodes Media.
Oh my God! The barn was on fire. That place was rocking. What chaos. Zegras has turned into a Philadelphia fuck. He's ripping off buckets. He's ready to go. I love the way he's playing. I love the way that Jamie Drysdale is playing. Is this guy for real? Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, get your head out of your ass and realize, whoa! Franchise-changing level of play. That's what a Jamie Drysdale at this clip provides. We monitor the situation. But when it comes to what the hell just happened in South Philly against the Penguins, mayhem! You got old school rivalry ready to go. I'm thinking about two coaches screaming at one another, spit, hot toe, hot toe. Get out of my face, you fucking loser. I want that type of energy. And I saw it. I don't even know where to begin. I'm already losing my marbles. It's hard to consume. Malkin, delayed call, jumps on too early, he scores. Tyson Forester, I was so pumped up. I was giving a couple of these, a couple of fist pumps. That was sick. But in the arena, you didn't even get a good image or a good video of what was happening during the offsides call, so we're all disgusted. Bobby Brink in the shootout. Oh, dude. Oh, that's all I have to say. Unreal. And even Maddie. Meech. Forehand. Backhand. Cheese. Hi, Chad. No way. And I needed him to do that. Here's why. I was already thinking about my headline, my lead, if you will. When Crosby scores sickening goals because that's what he does, greatest player I've ever seen. I know, stop yelling at me. When are you going to get it through your thick skull that I just appreciate Crosby's greatness so much? I'm in love. I know. It's my only flaw in life. But let me just have this one damn issue, please. He tried to bank it off Nick Sealer. It doesn't matter where he throws it. I got a perfect angle. That's what he does. Don't get mad at me. And if you can't sit there at all and realize that's sex, then you're the sick one. You don't love the game. That's why you don't love the game. I love the game. What the hell was I saying before that little side road I took? I don't know. Something about Forster, maybe? Overtime, maybe? I don't know. Mitchkov. Mitchkov. The Mitch. This is what's going to happen. This is where I was going to go. Here you go. Boom. Perfect. I found it. When Mitchkov got a filthy marinara saucer pass from Zegras, score was 2-1. This is what I so desperately needed to see. Mitchkov go to the net, again on his backhand, lift the puck. I need you to score. 3-1. Huge difference from 2-2, and it doesn't even give Crosby that opportunity to bank it off the defenseman from behind the net. It reminded me of what happened in Ottawa. Close, but no cigar. Close, but no cigar. I need the cigar. Speaking of, you know I love my Amelio. Guess what I'm doing as soon as this show's over? I'm opening up the sliding glass back door. I'm kicking it with my feet up on my new couch. Thanks, Brendan, for throwing that my way. Appreciate it. Nice outdoor couch seat combo. And I'm lighting up an Amelio celebratory cigar. Victory cigar. TK, 200th goal of your career cigar. Bobby Brink. That's the worst. Don't know why I do that every time, but that's the way I imagine Lou doing it after a big bingo in the Stanley Cup playoff. Oh, let's go! Skating around the Xfinity Mobile Arena. I just used my Amelio cigar as a Stanley Cup. What do they say? The Stanley Cup's the greatest trophy in all of sports? That's what they say about this cigar. It's not ironic. This perfectly aligns. Old school roots, new school attitude, locally owned, third generation, made at Fábrica Oveja Negra in Nicaragua. When I tell you, there's no better cigar to ever touch your lips, there's no other cigar to smoke except for an Amelio cigar. I mean that. You will get 10% off with promo code Brodes10 at checkout. When you click the link down below in the description, you'll see all the options available for you. Do not be a fool. Join the Amelio cigar family today. Let's talk about the decision to start Urson. It was a gamble, and it absolutely 1,000% could have backfired. And when you saw the first goal go in, which was a squeezer, okay? You're not allowed to allow those goals from that angle. Hug the post harder, damn it. He's too shaky for my liking. Against the Isles on Saturday afternoon, nothing better than a matinee. But you're telling me after Mitchkov turns it over on the power play on that 2-on-1 rush, you're getting beat from that far out, that bad of a distance? He cleaned up his act. And he definitely performed better later in that game. It was a huge 2 points against the Isles. This team shows toughness. This team shows balls. And I appreciate the hell out of it. And I think they're bringing that attitude, that edge. Zegras seems to just embody us and say, I'm one of you. I love it. In Anaheim, no one cares about the Ducks. No one goes to the Anaheim games. It's not cool to play in that type of atmosphere. Now, like, come on now. You're putting on a Philadelphia Flyers logo. That's the crest. Embraces it. And he's nasty. His goal scoring has been, him and Dvorak on Saturday were all over the place. Dvorak's driving offense, trying to stick handle through a couple guys, loses it as it goes to the corner, somehow maintains it again, slaps it to Zegras, who scores. Then Zegras scores later. His assist, racking them up on a night-by-night basis. He's cruising, man. But with Urson, it was a very calculated risk because Vladar has clearly been more comfortable in the net. He's been more consistent. He definitely plays with more pop, and I think the team feeds off him differently. Everyone holds their breath when Urson's out there. Not that he can't make big saves, but he definitely allows weird ones a lot more than a lot of other guys. And it's a backbreaker. There are times with his downfall being so detrimental to the feeling on the bench. Oh, man, come on, dude. If it happens once in a blue moon, it's different. But it's all the time. So because of that, Tocchet put his stones on the table and said, I'm going back to Urs. I want him to keep his confidence going, maybe, potentially. Momentum going, at least to maybe get there. But why? I was talking to somebody up in the press box, and I wasn't really expecting them to say anything with passion. But I got a look and a comment about, I wonder if this is to see if they can trade Urson. Because in what world? I went, who in the system is ready for that role? I don't think it's Kolosov. I don't think it's anybody else. So who would play that role? And who would want to give up X amount, or at least a worthy enough amount of ammo for him to do that? It's either Vladar's or starter, and then you try and survive with him as a backup, or I don't know. I don't know what the risk reward is for that. I'm not saying that's happening, but it made me think. It was like, a thought-provoking comment, if you will. and I'm chewing on it a little bit. But I don't know where it brings me. I thought the second period was their best period by far. And this Penguins team, I don't know how they got to where they are, but for them at this type of, nature with their roster, 7-2-1. Crosby had 10 games played, 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points heading into this action. But the reason why I point that out is it's a big win. No matter what the Penguins end up being, this Flyers team, when they're down and you think they're out and they roll over and die, they don't. When they need a power play goal to start the scoring, they get it. Noah Cates, I thought, with an awesome drive as the guy down low on the power play. It went, Zegras to Noah Cates, and the way Noah Cates angled himself and used his body to get a shot on net before Bobby Brink was able to be right around the blue paint to crease the slot area and slap it home. I like that play by Noah Cates. Noah Cates is a fun player to watch. And I know some of these guys have ceilings. For example, a buddy of mine who's not the biggest hockey guy in the world shot me a text and said, what is this Bobby Brink character? Do you just obnoxiously love it? Because I always tweet out it goes Bobby Brink, Wayne Gretzky, Alex Ovechkin. Or, hold on. I don't want to disrespect Ovi. See, again, I respect the game. It goes Bobby Brink, Alex Ovechkin, Wayne Gretzky. He goes, what is this Bobby Brink guy? I said, he's kind of like a very strong complimentary piece. If Stott was to maximize his game, now Stott sometimes is infuriating, but if we could have the best version of Stott, is that the best version of Brinker? I don't know. Am I way off base? I don't want to make him out to be what I think Mitchkov's ceiling is. And Mitchkov, man, it's been a love-hate relationship with me and him. I love him. I was just so disappointed by everything to start the year that the little things are really starting to irritate me too. I'm just watching him with a very harsh lens. Again, all because there is a pretty high bar that is set for him, because I do know that he is sensational and he's strong and he's solid, and I know that. I know he could be the face here, but that's why you see, just to put it in perspective, Tyrese Maxey and what he's doing to take over the franchise and be the face. I wanted that type of killer mentality out of Mitchkov. And there were times late in the action tonight where he's behind the net. Flyers are looking for a late surge to steal this game. And 2 passes just completely overpower him, and he can't catch the pass. It goes underneath of his blade. What are we doing? It's just crunch time. I got to have it. And maybe it's unfair for me because he was 19. Now he's 20 years old, and is it too much to just demand that? But at the same time, I feel he thinks that's who he is. The face. I believe we rightfully agree with him. I want to set that expectation, because if he is ever going to reach that, this is the type of criticism that's fair game. And this is the way that we look at you. Right? I need Sidney Crosby, if I'm watching from a Penguins view, to score a goal when he's in the slot, to score on a 2-on-1. That's why Crosby's Crosby. I need Ovechkin to get a power play one-timer from the left side as a right-handed shot. And he gets it. But that's why Ovi's Ovi. That's why Jonathan Toews in Chicago was Taser. It's just how it goes. So while acknowledging that there's going to be growing pains and learning curves, and again, a lot of it feels horrible because of the fake injury and the Dubai accident and coming in out of shape. And it's a lot different than if someone was just to struggle and you know that. For example, if Tyrese Maxey was shooting the ball poorly, but you know he's a gym rat and he's constantly working and putting in the effort and up at 5 a.m. and jacking up shots and working on his dribble and working on his handle, and he has a couple of bad games, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games, it's a lot different compared to someone who is a slob and has mustard on his chin after, sneaking a ham and cheese sandwich, 4 of them late at night because he's stoned and he's fucking around in the offseason. It hits different. But I'll tell you what else hits different. The great play. The great play that we got out of our guys when necessary. You know, I guess if we're going to rate, to go back to the coach's decision real quick, if we're going to rate the decision made by Rick Tocchet to go in the route of Urson, I guess you'd have to say it worked, but it's not as if Urson had one of those games where he was just really, really great. He had the bleeder. The bleeder just didn't kill you in this particular night, but the bleeder did happen. So it worked from a technicality, factual, statistical type of way. But from a feel process, I don't know if it hits as much as the result. There could have been a way for Rick Tocchet to win more points in an Urson win. And it wasn't just me, kind of saying it's got to be a shutout or anything. That's not what I was implying. But if they were just high-quality goals and goals where you just tip your cap and you say that was nasty, it's not his fault. He had the bleeder. Your team just had his back tonight, which is big. I loved Zegras mucking it up. I really, really did. I loved the way that he got into it. You know who I thought had a good game, at least early in the first period? That fourth line. I thought Delorier at times, I was laughing with the guy next to me. I say, when Delorier looks like one of your fastest forwards out there, something ain't right. Something right. I saw 44 everywhere there in the early stages. Again, I believe I mentioned that second period, though. I thought this Flyers team started to open up. And let me ask you this question before we get to some anytime hotline calls here. If you had the frustration that I had about Mitchkov not scoring to go up 3-1, similar to in Ottawa, coming out of the penalty box, breakaway, nothing. High slot after Drysdale makes a sensational stick poke check. And there it is, bread and butter. I need you. No. If I'm going to feel harsh about it, and if I look at Tyson Forester as a high-profile guy in the top 6 for years to come, and he's part of that excellent wave you're looking for, he had almost a very identical play that Mitchkov had. Right after. And you can make the argument that, Tyson, if you already know someone else failed, I need you now more than ever. So we don't look at that Mitchkov failing and point the blame and point the fear. Let's go. We got it. How many times do you get one of those chances, let alone your team got 2? I need one of you 2. Come on. Like, if he's a high-profile top 6 guy, isn't that something that's fair and in range? And I think the answer to that is, yeah. So maybe I'm not being evil enough on Forster, but here, I already know my answer on why. I don't got to question a damn thing about his work ethic that he puts in. And is that fair, though, if it's about execution? Probably not. I'm just letting you know how I feel right now in the moment as I'm explaining it. I'm not solely tied to this stance, but it's just what my gut screams today, right now, at 11:15 at night. It screams because Tyson Forester, think about it. We thought he was going to be missing a significant chunk of the season with a bicep injury. He had a huge infection. This guy's going out there and balling. But again, it's about the result in the moment, Brodes. Stop being a hypocritical bitch. Fair. I'll tell you what else is fair. Everything at Camden Apothecary. And it's better than fair, damn it. It's the best. The best cannabis on planet Earth. You know I love my cannabis. Philly fans, Camden Apothecary, let me explain to you why they're so awesome. Game day is stressful enough. Parking, traffic, long lines. We've all been there. But when it comes to your cannabis, Camden Apothecary makes it easy. And they are only 5 minutes over the bridge. This is the dispensary for sports fans. Just minutes outside of Philly with plenty of free parking. You'll be in and out fast. No hassle, no waiting. And they don't just care about convenience. Camden Apothecary is all about the guest experience. Their staff makes sure you feel taken care of every time you walk in. Plus, they carry only the best quality cannabis at the fairest prices. So whether you're stocking up for the tailgate, the watch party, or celebrating a big win, you know you're getting the good stuff without overpaying. They even show love to the community with specials for fans, students, service members, and healthcare pros. Camden Apothecary, top quality cannabis, great prices, and an experience made for Philly fans 21 and up. Tell them Brodes sent you for 10% off. It's a no-brainer. Make sure you go to Camden Apothecary today. All right, we got some anytime hotline calls. Before we rip through the Flyers fandom here, and I'm excited for it, just know you can take me on the road with you. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all your podcasting platforms. Just search Brodes Media or Sports Talk with Brodes. If you leave a 5-star rating and a review, that would mean the world to me. But you could subscribe to the podcast if you're normally a YouTube listener, so you can take me in your car. I mean, think about this beautiful, luscious voice sitting next to you shotgun while you're driving to work. You don't need caffeine. Or you can do the double dip, the caffeine and me screaming at you. It's glorious. Just want to point that out. Okay, let's go to the phones. Let's go to Sam.
Crosby is a fucking piece of shit bitch who is a fucking loser, and fuck him and fuck Pittsburgh. Let's fucking go Flyers. I got Bobby Brink doing the most disgusting thing I've ever seen on the ice after we get royally screwed by the refs in the whole overtime. If they just cost us a point like that, I was going to be even more livid than I am now. Fuck Crosby, fuck the refs, and Bobby Brink is the fucking goat of Philadelphia.
Wow! Now why you gotta take shots at my boy like that? I don't feel comfortable. I got you. You're supposed to feel that way about him. I'm the douchebag. Fired up. I don't know. I don't know where to go from there. I don't know. It was a big win. Here we go. Let's fucking go. Trying to match the energy a little bit. See if it can get injected into my veins. I love me some Bobby Brink, though. This kid, man, he's just got the knack. Is that what they say? When you're always in the right place and when you're making smart plays. And truth be told, I always thought there was a ceiling with Bobby Brink, and I still do. But it's clear his ceiling is higher than what I thought his ceiling would be. And he's still got growth, development. You know, he's still a baby getting used to this thing. So I'm just saying, like, if this is where he is already, if you told me this was where he is when he fully peaks out and matched out, probably higher than I even thought. If it capped out, that's the word I'm looking for, capped out. If it capped out, probably even higher already than I ever would have imagined. But now I think it's even higher because this kid isn't done. This is all steps and progression. So I'm watching him and I'm wondering, is it not just Forster, who's the premier face of a top six? Could it be Brinker? I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Probably a third. See, I think I already am. I think I caught myself in the moment. This is where I let my emotions get the best of me. Sorry. We all do it sometimes. I don't even feel like, you know what, just crumble that up, throw it out in the trash. Did the ref screw us? Just pretend that conversation it's in the trash. Did the ref screw us, as Sam mentioned? I didn't get a good look. Every time I saw the replay, or not the replay, but on Twitter, I could only see the fast-paced motion, the in real speed motion, fast-paced, the real speed, normal speed. I never got it slowed down. And in the barn, they gave us some crappy view of, maybe it was Owen Tippett who cut in front of Zegras, but when Zegras made the stop on a dime before he passed it over to Forster, which would have been so sick for Forster to do that. Sick! I love when he scored, man. There's something different about certain guys when they score, how it feels. What I get out of Forster, body movements move. Okay, things start to, it's insane. The guy is just sensational at what he does. But you could hear all simultaneously that, dude, I don't even know what words are anymore. But anyway, like, implying that we felt offsides was in the cards. And I never got a real replay, the one I'm looking for. I need a good camera view. I need the league to send me one. So I don't know if they got screwed. People online made it seem like it wasn't the worst. The only thing that was the worst was when it gets to a double box on ESPN. That's a disgrace to the sport. We got what? We got Flyers Penguins, which is ending in brawls and game misconducts, and guys are getting kicked out, and they're going in the benches, and the shootout's taking forever to begin, and all this is happening. And you're giving me a double box of fucking grandma versus ass wipes? I think it was Dallas and Colorado, which are two pretty solid squads, but not when you're talking the Battle of PA and the juices are flowing. Who was it? Stars Capitals, was it? Sharks Kings? I don't know. I don't care either. Let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Amelio.
This team's an absolute wagon. Bobby Brink, he's on tier with Alex Ovechkin and Wayne Gretzky. Some people say he might even be better than those two. What a game. Overtime. The most chaos-inducing thing I've ever seen in my life, to where you get a Penguins game winner get taken off because an illegal substitution, which we all thought was too many men on the ice, but no, apparently there was no penalty on that, but the goal was taken away. Then you get a Tyson Forester snipe taken away because of a delayed offside that the Xfinity Mobile Arena did not show us any type of good angle of where the offside was, because apparently Forester was the one that was offside on the play on the far side of the blue line. So that was crazy. But Mitchkov and Bobby Brink with two disgusting goals in the shootout. Sam Harrison, the only thing good that he does is shootouts, apparently. That's the only thing he's really good at. That's the only thing I'll give him credit for, because that goal that he allowed in the first period was absolutely bad. I won't kill him on the Crosby goal, because that's a goal that Sidney Crosby scores and only Sidney Crosby scores, and you definitely got a hard-on from that, most likely. Oh, my God. But Bobby Brink looks like a completely different player. He has been fantastic this season. He was fantastic with the Noah Cates line and Tyson Forester last year, but he just looks like he's upped his game this year. He's got stronger. His skating looks better. He's finishing, which is a very good thing there as well. And it's fun to watch him. Mitchkov looked like he had his best game so far. I wish he finished on that beautiful dish by Zegras, but it's still good that he's getting those chances, so hopefully eventually he'll start cashing in. Konechny finally got a goal, and that was a beautiful wrister.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you brought up TK. I don't think I've given him enough love for what he was able to do there. You know when the frustrations boil. We're watching Erik Karlsson, other guys slamming their sticks and smacking them in half. I'm sure TK was feeling that. And even after the game, he brought up that there was once a time he was stuck at 99 forever or something along those lines, and it took him maybe way too long to get it and finally hit the milestone, and you get stuck in your own head. So you could tell that there was just some vibes going around TK, and he comes down the wall, man, and he just rips it. Just a clean, solid wrister that just beats him clean. Ow! Ow! From that far out? Oh, from that far out? Oh, man. Just phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm hoping that with TK, he's one of those guys where he pops one, and then you start to see it kind of snowball and gradually build rhythm. I don't know if the money, the contract, I don't know if it's other teams defensively and how they're trying to stop a TK, and maybe that opens up some matchups for other guys that are excited. I haven't really went that way and dove into that, but I don't know. I'm just speaking out loud. Work with me here. I'm hoping TK busts one through, and then he's ready to rock. Because could you imagine, with the way everything's rolling right now, and it's trending in the right direction, without a doubt, they're doing it with the shaky Urson, right? So let me jot some of this stuff down. Because I think if you look at it big picture with all this right in your face, you're going to feel it differently. Okay, so with a shaky Urson, right? Mitchkov, Amelio mentioned that was maybe Mitchkov's best game. I don't know. I don't know. I see phases and I see glimpses of the Mitchkov. I see some passes. I've seen some shots coming down the wall. I've seen some things. but it's nowhere even close to the level that I feel Mitchkov should be at. So I don't want to give him this baby steps thing. I don't know, man. I want more from him. I don't know how I feel about Mitchkov. But my point is, look at where they are to start the year and the excitement. Shaky Urson, Mitchkov not there yet. I think Cam York is still kind of TK hasn't gotten going. So what happens when you do get Konechny scoring in 5 straight games? What if you do find a world where Mitchkov gets a couple of power play goals maybe? Now he's scoring. TK's rocking. The Forster-Cates Brink line never slows down. That's just a whole nother wave. And if Ladar's in the net, hallelujah. I'm wondering what's going to happen with this decor. You got to focus on the Andre call-up. And what else was there? The Andre, and we're waiting for, there was a Ristolainen update. Zamula got in the lineup today. I don't know. I got to see a lot more from York. I love Drysdale and I love Sanheim. I say this every show, but I just want to make sure Sanheim gets the love that he deserves, because he's turned his whole entire career around where he was a bum and holy hell, we're stuck and our contract situation blows and it's going to limit us forever. It was that type of nasty. And now, is he underpaid? That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Listen, before we keep going here, I want to tell you about Kalshi, which is a prediction market. And what I love so much about Kalshi is it's not just sports. And I love looking at all the hockey opportunities to bring home cash. I love looking at World Series, NFL. There's so many opportunities. You must check it out. But this is what I love about Kalshi. There's also culture, politics, climate, economics. There's so many different ways for you to, bring back a couple Benjamins to the household. Imagine a stock exchange, but instead of stocks and bonds, it's events that matter to you. Kalshi lets you take something as subjective as a celebrity rumor and turn it into a concrete number. I use Kalshi all the time to check odds and track sentiments, and it's the only place to trade in these type of events legally in all 50 states. And if you sign up with my code Brodes, you will get $10 handed right to you if you meet the $100 threshold. It is so fun, it is so electric, and it's so unique and creative and so different from any other platform out there. Kalshi, do not be a fool. Check it on out today. All right, back to the phones.
Wow, bros, what a game against the Penguins today for the Flyers. I mean, that was an exciting one for sure. I thought them boys won about 3 different times that game, but, at the end of the day, they prevailed through. A win is a win. I thought it should have been probably a little less closer than it was, just based off, like that second period, for example. The Flyers had way more shots, way better opportunities, and the Penguins kind of got 2, kind of cheap goals, especially, that second one from your boy Sidney Crosby. I mean, I don't know how that thing went in. He shot from behind the net, but at the end of the day, a win's a win. That Bobby Brink goal, and honestly, Mitchkov as well, but Bobby Brink, he hit the one way back the other and then came back for that third how do you do action. But yeah, that was a really nice shot from him. But you know what, bros? Against the Penguins, it's always sweeter, and a little scuffle at the end there as well. But great win for the boys.
Yeah, man, it really is. And you know what? I got to end on this note. The fact that I feel okay in shootouts, I just want to make sure I'm alive. I just want to make sure I'm breathing. I got to find my pulse. Is it working? Because they're in a shootout and I don't go, shit, all right, well, we only got 1 point tonight. No, 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. 2 points. We can't downplay the important. Finding a way against the Isles. Let's go, baby. Their decor, with all the analytical nerds are telling me that their decor, one of the best decors, expected up your ass percentage and all that. Nick Sealer, Cam York, a Jolson, a Zamula, I don't know, what the hell. I'm enjoying so much And it's been a while since I had these feelings. So let's just soak in it and see where the ride takes us. You guys are the best. I love you to death. I didn't even get to talk about Jet Luchenko, huh? It was the right call. He's not ready. Okay, there's my analysis. You guys are the best. I love you. I'll talk to you on the next one.